Hello, world. Hello. Welcome to Woman to Woman Conversations podcast. Listen, I know we haven't done this in forever. So first of all, let me say welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, wait a minute. You guys should be welcoming me back, right? Welcome to Woman Conversations podcast live. I am your host, Suzanne Peters. And as you know, Woman to Woman Conversations podcast is all about sharing the tips, advice, and stories of women all over the world, all to help you create the life, business, income, and impact you really want. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to converse. We are going to chat with an amazing guest I have joining me this evening for the very first live episode of 2024. Can you imagine that? 2024. And we are now going live on the 1st of May. Whew. Anyway, better late than never. I'm going to introduce this guest and we are going to have some fun. And I want you to engage. I want you to ask questions. I want you to share your feedback. But first, before we get started, and before I introduce my guest for this evening, take a moment and share this live. Share it with your friends, share it in your Facebook group, share this live with as many people as possible because I know for a fact there is someone out there who needs to hear the messages that we are going to be sharing here this evening. And that's how you can help us accomplish that goal of reaching those people. Just share this live. Now, allow me to introduce my guest for this evening. She is the one, the only Coach Gayl Benson. Yes, yes, yes. I know you all want to get all crazy. I know she's amazing. But listen, you don't know the half of it. Wait until you find out who this woman really is and the amazing things she is doing for other women like you and me out there. Now, without further ado, here is my guest for this evening, Miss Coach Gayl Benson. Wait a minute. We
Good
need that drum
evening.
roll.
Thank you so much, Susanna. It is such a pleasure to be here.
How are you, Gayl? Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate having you here. I know you are a busy woman, and I know a lot about you, but our viewers out there don't. So why don't you take a moment and introduce yourself to them?
Okay, I will, and I will only be a moment because some of y'all know I'm long-winded. But my name is Coach Gayl Benson. I am the founder and CEO of Premier Consulting CFL LLC. It is a business development firm. I do professional and personal life coaching, executive coaching, and we also do motivational speaking and professional hosting. I am also a author. My first memoir published on February 20th of 2024.
So this is a big year for you, right?
Indeed.
Now, one of the reasons I wanted to just jump right into things is because I know there's a lot we want to chat about this evening, and I didn't want to waste a second of that time. I mean, time goes by so fast when you're having fun, so I don't want us to get robbed of any of it. Okay, Coach Gayl?
I'm with you.
So before I get into my questions I have for you, which by the way is a lot, tell me, how have your year been going so far? How has 2024 been treating you so far?
Well, I will say 2024 has been magnificent. I have seen things this year thus far that I had only dreamed of some time ago. And I am thankful for that, being able to pull the trigger and move past fear and move from the seat to the stage. And I'm owning my position on the stage. I'm loving it. And it's just so much more, forthcoming. So I'm only scratching the surface and I'm excited.
I know, right? Just yesterday, I was telling my husband, 2024 is so exciting. This is such a great year so far. So I wanted to make sure that I am not the only person that feels that way. I knew it was impossible.
No, you're not alone. You're not alone.
No, it's an amazing year so far. And just think, it can only get better. I mean, wow, that's cool, right? So
So
for
much at
those
our
of you
fingertips.
For those of you who don't know, Coach Gayl Benson is also a chapter of the Woman to Woman Network. I had to make sure I slipped that in there in the beginning so that I don't get too excited and carried away later on and forget. Woman to Woman is a network and business platform for women entrepreneurs and professionals. What we do is we host networking events every single month. Currently, we are in 16 cities across the US and we are ready to expand. So, if you know you are a woman in business out there who would like to expand your network, meet other amazing women, pour into women, impact their lives, help them grow their business, and just give and receive support, we would like to have you join our team. So before this live is over, make sure you DM me for details on how you can do that. Now, Coach Gayl, that was not a paid announcement. So, Coach Gayl, tell me, you are a woman of many hats. How did you get into this field that you are in now? What inspired it?
Well, I was catapulted into it. I started at consulting with my brother with his transportation business, and he started, having me do things on my own on his behalf. And he was like, "Hey, you need to start picking up some clients. I think you got a thing here." And so I was kind of thrown into it. He saw in me what I didn't see in myself, and I really didn't want to do it. But
Uh,
as time went on and I started seeing that I knew what I was doing because of my area of expertise at the time, I was in med mal litigation. So I had, experience. I had corporate experience. I was in school at the time studying legal studies. So I took that bull by the horns, and he threw me in the pot, and I marinated with everything else, and Premier Consulting was born. When I moved from that location to Central Florida, it became Premier Consulting CFL, and here we are.
so what you are saying is being thrown into things, you were scared, but you had to do it scared.
Yes,
Mm,
absolutely. I had no intentions on doing something on my own. I was very comfortable with helping him intermittently when the need, arose. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this on my own. I don't have time to do that. But what did I really have
mm,
time for? What was I really doing? It was fear. It was fear.
wow. I love the way that you were able to identify that because many people allow themselves to get stuck there. So I want to commend you on being able to identify that and moved past it. But tell me something. How did you know what to do to accomplish this end goal? How did you know what steps to take?
I would love to say, oh, I had it all spelled out. I had a business plan and I just followed the steps to the T. That is not what happened, honey, at all.
Mm,
I lost a lot of money, not knowing what I was doing, just trying to figure it out as far as presenting myself, self and representing clients and leading them along the way to achieve their goals. I was great at that. But structuring my own business and knowing what I had to do, I was all over the place. And I found out the hard way. And that is one of the
wow.
reasons why I formed Premier Consulting with business development to help women mainly who aspire to be entrepreneurs to avoid those pitfalls.
So you saw a way for you to go back and connect with some of the women who are the past version of you and help them accomplish their goals.
Absolutely. And Suzanne, it's so many of those old
Oh my
me's bumping around in the dark with a lot of aspirations, but we just don't know how to get traction and to get the momentum going.
yeah, yeah. So let me ask you this. What are three things or three steps you would give to those women out there who are right now trying to navigate their way in the dark? Three tips you would give them now that they can implement for them to get a step further to where they want to be in their business.
The first thing I would say is do your research. Market research is very valuable because you want to understand who your audience is and how you need to find them because your language is going to have to find your community. So you need to do your research on how to connect with your audience, understand business and finances because when we get started, most of us are a one woman or one man, if you will, show. And doing everything alone doesn't always mean we know what to do. So you have to understand business, understand finance, do your research, and please, please, please go to your state's Secretary of State, incorporate your business, and trademark your business. Please protect your brand and know your brand.
Yeah. Can I add one more to that?
Absolutely.
Get a coach, people. Get a coach. Get a coach. Find someone who is doing what you want to do. Then do what it takes for
Mhm.
you to work with that person. Because at the end of the day, a coach is literally someone who can give you a step by step plan that works. Once you follow that plan, you are coachable and you implement the things that you're being told to implement. You are going to get to where you want to go. But you have to be coachable, you have to get a coach, and you have to take action. Right? So I just had to add there because that is something I meet people all the time, Coach Gayl. They are doing so much. They took so
Mhm.
many classes, they did so many training, they crossed all their T's, they dot all their I's, and then they're still here stuck, spinning around. Where do I go? What do I do? When all
Mhm.
they need is someone there just to hold their hand and guide them to the next step and the next step. And that's
Absolutely.
where people like you come in, right?
That is absolutely where I come in. And that, in itself will allow people to see that they are not alone. This is not isolated. A lot of times people get discouraged because they feel like, why is this happening to me? Why can't I do this? And the easiest thing to do is to retreat and to step away. And the dream is still there, but fear took a hold of you. It got you by the chokehold, and instead of reaching out to your coach saying, I'm overwhelmed, I'm at this stage, what do I do now? The coach is there to tap into what you say your goals are and lead you through the
Yeah,
steps to hold you accountable to do what it is you said you wanted to do, to give you the tools and lead you to groups of women like Women to Women Network that are growth minded, where the iron sharpens iron and you have ideas, you share information and resources together because we do not have to do it alone.
yeah, we don't. We don't. And sometimes that is the hardest thing for us to understand as women. We already used to doing so much. So why can't we
Mm,
run our business alone? Why can't we build our empire alone? I mean, in a sense, you can, but your hair is going to fall out. Your blood pressure is going to go up. You are going to be so
right.
stressed that you are not going to be able to enjoy the journey. And that's what it's about. It's supposed to be fun. Well, at least that's
Absolutely.
my opinion.
And I agree. I agree because, when even though we have to put in the work, you're supposed to enjoy your dreams. And if you're
Yes.
stressed out, your health starts failing, you don't know if you're coming or going, you start dealing with anxieties, the dream is not going to be realized because now you're dealing with health issues, depression, you don't
Mm,
know, you got decisions to make whether you want to continue. The dream is not realized. Now you're living in
yeah.
something else, and you need a coach, a mentor, somebody to reel you back in so that you can get back on track, focus, visualize, stay motivated, and move forward because your dream is worth it.
Oh, yes, it is. I mean, for me, staying focused on my dream and getting the support I need to make that dream a reality is worth so much more. That sacrifice is worth so much more than stressing myself out. My hair is falling off. I am
Mhm,
doing multiple things at once all the time. I have no
mhm.
peace. And then at the end of the
Right.
day, when I actually start to make money, I now have to take all that money I worked so hard to make to invest in healthcare, to go do surgery, to go pay the doctor. I
To
see
go
people
give
do
your
this
money
for
away.
exactly. When does it end?
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. We all need it. A coach has a coach. You know,
Exactly.
you have to have that solid foundation to reel you back in, provide you with resources, listen. Because sometimes as a coach, you just need to listen. And as they're talking out loud, they hear themselves and they start answering their own questions. Because I don't have your dream. I only have what you share with me. But the
Mhm.
connection that they have with their dream, that is the reality. To connect with your dream and make the commitment to do the work, to have the dream. It's up to you what you decide to do.
That is so true. Oh my goodness. Let's do a quick check in with some of our viewers. Hello, everyone. If you are now joining us, my name is Suzanne Peters. I am the host of the Woman to Woman Conversations podcast, where we share advice, tips, and strategies from women all over the world, all to help you create the life, business, income, and impact you want. And today I am having a live chat here with Coach Gayl Benson. And right now we are streaming live on Facebook, on Instagram, and yes, even YouTube. And right now we have Getting It Together on YouTube. Hello, beautiful. Hello, Getting It Together. That's his name. Hi, Leslie. Thanks for joining us. Leslie is joining us on Facebook. Let me see if I can put up some of those comments here.
Hi,
Hi, Leslie.
Leslie.
Thanks for joining us. And we have Getting It Together. Oh,
Oh,
she
I
getting it
know that. I
together
That's Elsie. I know her. Hi,
on
Elsie. Thanks for
YouTube.
joining.
And Leslie said, that's good. That was something you said just now. And she said, that's good. Now, we also have some viewers on Instagram. Of course, those comments don't come through to the feed. But good evening, Love One Lost 2021. Good evening, good evening. I mean, these names keep getting more and more interesting. They do, right?
Lavonda is a part of the Orlando chapter of Woman to Woman Network.
Oh, hey, hi. She said hi. Now, Coach
Hi.
Gayl, you said something there that I just have to come back to. You said every coach has a coach. But the
Mhm.
fact is, every coach does not have a coach, but they should. So
But they should have a, that's correct.
I want to go as so far as to tell people, listen, if your coach don't have a coach, get a new coach. Period.
Absolutely.
Because if there is
In the
no
story.
one guiding them, why are
Hmm.
they guiding you? Where are they
Where's the
guiding you to?
development?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It is.
Absolutely agree.
So I just had to slip that in there. Now, I know we spoke about a lot so far, but I want to come back to this because I think it's important for us to stay grounded and always know and remember not just why we started, but why we do what we do. So,
Mhm.
Coach Gayl, I want to ask you about your why. I know a lot of people don't like that question, but it's such a powerful question because it
Mhm.
reminds you of everything, how you even got to the point that you are at now.
Mhm.
So, Coach Gayl, what
Absolutely.
is your why?
My why was being able to survive depression, anxiety, and grief. I had already started my business back in 2008. But I became a certified
Mm,
master life coach after going through that event and that diagnosis of grief, anxiety, and depression when my mother passed away. And being able to be on the other side of a tumultuous time of darkness, hopelessness, um, going into an intensive 14-week group therapy and counseling program. I I saw so many other women like me. And the fear was,
mm,
what do I do when this is over? The program is going to end. What do I do?
yeah.
I had that question myself. So I don't even remember how I came into the conversation with someone that said to me, Gail, you used to be such a light. That used to be stung me. You used to be such a light. And it cut me to the core because I realized that I had let depression take my light away. I blamed it
Yeah.
on my mother's death, but it wasn't that. It was I allowed depression and anxiety to snatch my light away and to silence my voice. And knowing the place that I came from and how much I struggled, I promised and I vowed that I would be the lighthouse for any woman that needs light sh- to just shine on her journey somehow, just to get her through. Because there's a lot of women out there who just don't know what the new mercies look like that come in the morning.
Ooh, that's deep. That is deep. And
Mhm.
to hear where you came from, being at that point to where you are at now, that is proof that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Not only do you
Absolutely.
not have to do it alone, but there is light at the end of the tunnel because if Coach Gayl could have done it and came out of that depression and just be the amazing woman she is today, even when you're not in the same room with her and you're speaking to her virtually, you can still see that light. You can still feel it because it's just a presence and energy she moves with. To hear
Mhm.
where you came from, that is
Mhm.
huge. It is
I'm
huge.
thankful.
So you
I'm
are
thankful
living
every day.
proof.
Mhm.
So so we know there are a lot of women out there who are where you once were. How do
Mhm.
you find those women? How do you know who are the women that need help? Or is it that you depend on them to find you? How does that work?
Uh, I made a commitment and stepped outside of myself. I was not big on social media, but I made a commitment to show myself to people and that my story and my journey will speak to the people who needed me. And that's how I ended up coming on social media. Going live was one of the scariest things I had ever done in my life. Now, I shared that with someone, and they were like, oh, well, I couldn't tell, but I will tell you about 2 years ago, you would have never seen me on social media. But it was my only way to turn the light on and somebody who needed me would see me. And I grew from Facebook to Instagram. It took me forever to do TikTok. I mean, forever. YouTube. So just
Mm.
really venturing out, making myself accessible to people who will see the light and need that light and tap into the light. And I hope to continue to do that and share. And also I learn from those women who reach out to me as well.
Mm. Okay. But can I just say something, Coach Gayl? And I am going to be
Yeah.
brutally honest. Honey, are you sure you were scared to do social media? Because listen, you kill it on social media. You and
Oh,
these videos. Have you ever paid attention to Coach Gayl's videos? If not, I need you to go on Instagram right now. Go on. Her handle is right there. It's Coach underscore Gayl Benson. Go check out
yeah.
some of her videos and tell me if anything about them seems like they're being done by an amateur. And while you're there, listen to that voice. It is the most sexy radio.
You.
Listen, your voice in those videos. When the first time I heard it, and I'm getting sidetracked here because you are the one that put me on this part. Your voice in those videos are absolutely amazing. The first time I heard it, I was like, oh my goodness, she needs to be doing voiceovers. So please tell me you do voiceovers.
Indeed, I do. I do voiceovers. Someone that owns a business in Dallas, Texas, that I'm affiliated with that person, and she just asked me to do it for her clients, and I did. And then she came back and asked me to do it again, and then I started doing voice guided meditation for my women empowerment group, and that's kind of how I close out my group coaching program. I close it out with a voice guided meditation just to bring us back centered and give us the energy we need to go forth and accomplish our goals and be the greatest us, be the greatest me and you that you can be. And I also offer it digitally, some voice guided meditations. I often give it away as a free gift for people who attend events that I speak at. But I hope to grow. So if you need voiceover work, please contact me, Coach Gayl Benson.
I told you she's a woman of many hats. Listen, we have, who is this? Oh, I'm sorry. We have, I'm not the only one. Getting it together said, you truly are a light to me, and your words of wisdom are truly inspirational. That is
Oh,
proof.
thank you.
Successfully
Thank
Single podcast just joined us, and she said, excellent videos. She knows your videos, and they are amazing. Let me see if we have
thank
anyone
you.
here on Instagram. We have KWE Essentials who says, yes, she has a sweet spirit and a sexy voice. You forgot that part.
Thank you.
Listen, I am just keeping it real. Your voice is super sexy. I can listen to it all day, and I'm a woman. So I can imagine what your voice and those inspirational recordings, what they do for people, because they make you
Mhm.
feel like, yes, talk to me, Coach Gayl. I know I can do anything. I'm serious. You speaking in that voice, anything you tell people, they're going to believe it and they're going to do it. Just-
Awesome. Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love doing it. And it's another thing that someone saw in me that I didn't see in myself. And she reached out to me. She paid me. I did the work. She came back. I did it. So I love it. And a lot of times people see our light when we don't. And I'm
Mhm.
thankful that somebody came forward and saw something in me. And then when I did it, I got over the fear and I found out that I loved it. And that could be applied to so many things today we hold ourselves back from doing. But we have the power to do it. We do.
That is true. So tell me, I promise I'm not going to ask you anything crazy. I was going to,
Okay.
but I'm going to change it.
Oh, girl.
I'm like, okay,
I'm
we're
here
live
for
on
it.
social media. Don't ask her anything crazy, so I'm not. I'm gonna nip it right there. Okay, Coach Gayl?
Okay.
I'm gonna nip
Okay.
it right there. But I did
Okay.
want to know. I'm gonna just touch a bit on our collaboration, our partnership,
Hmm.
because 2 months ago, I believe it's been 2 months now.
Yeah, yeah, it has.
I reached out to, first of all, for those of you who don't know, my word for 2024 is collaboration. I said this at the end of the year last year, and then for New Year's, my pastor in church, he decided that the word for 2024 is going to be collaboration. So that was the confirmation I was looking for because my
Hmm.
pastor affirmed it, right? But then reaching out and getting people who doesn't even know you to say yes, share the vision, and come on board with you has been amazing. Coach Gayl was one of those first women to say yes. I want in on this. I want a partner. I'm always curious of this. What is it that made you say yes? So, what was it? Is it that you liked my smile? Is it that you just like the color pink like I do? What
Okay.
made you say yes to collaborating with other women, knowing that you are someone that have your own business, have your own brand? And I'm asking this question because there are a lot of women out there that seem to think they can't partner or collaborate with someone who's in the similar type of business as they are. So I have to ask you, what made you say yes?
I will share with you, and I don't know if you remember because I know you are the Suzanne Peters and you talk to a lot of women and you inspire a lot of women. But I attended a webinar that you had last year. And at that webinar, I was so full and inspired after that webinar. I had always continued to follow you. And in my process and on my journey, as I continue to develop and figure out how can I be of service, I prayed. And I was like, God, I just want to find a group. I need to partner with someone who has the same ideals and can teach me, show me, and expose me and help me shine my light somehow together in unison. Without competition, because there's room for everybody. These gifts that we have are intentional and we're meant to come together because it is true, we're stronger together. So after I prayed that prayer, I promise you it wasn't 2 weeks and I got an email from you because I had attended a webinar previously. The email, I promise it wasn't 2 weeks. The email came out with the invitation. I jumped right in. And when I jumped in, I realized that God really loves me because He gave me exactly what I was looking for. My life has changed. And I am not just saying this, my life has truly changed since coming together with you, partnering with you, becoming the chapter leader for Woman to Woman Network in Orlando. Phenomenal exposure to women, able to strategize and brainstorm and meet some really epic women who are trailblazing. Being a part of Woman to Woman, partnering with you, Suzanne, has brought such a huge proponent of inspiration, development, leadership to me as an individual that will help me empower other women. And I thank you for the platform. I thank you for the resources. And first and foremost, for the commitment to the gift that was given to you, that you do the work every day and make all of this available for us. You are phenomenal. I'm honored to be here. I'm excited. And I know we are just scratching the surface. So much is to come. And I'm going to cut it short right there.
So, first, let me just say that was not a paid announcement.
It was not. It was not a problem.
Thank you so much, Gail. I appreciate it. It's always good to be appreciated. So thank you for sharing that. I did not know
Yeah.
all of that. So thank you so
Mhm.
much for sharing. Wow. Wow. But I like that you said you prayed about it because before I do anything, I always pray about it first. Always.
Mhm.
And if the answer doesn't come, I wait. And a lot of time we tend to get restless when we're waiting, but we are supposed to wait. For you, it took 2 weeks to get the answer, but there are times when I pray about something, the answer would come in one day, several months, and sometimes even years.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
she prayed and she got her answer in 2 weeks. So if you take anything away from that, take that. Pray,
Mhm.
wait. And then when you get the answer, take action because nothing happens until you take action. So, Coach Gail, that was a lot. You see, I was gonna give you a follow-up question, but after you shared so much there, I don't even need that anymore. So let me ask you this.
Okay.
Let me ask you this instead. There are women out there right now that
Mhm.
want to connect with you. They are stuck in places that you were once stuck, right? They are probably looking at you or listening to the replay and thinking,
Mhm.
wow, that's interesting. I wonder if I can do that. And they want to reach out to you somehow. And sometimes some of them may not know what to say. They don't know how to approach you, but I know you are welcoming and you have open arms for them. I want you to just take a moment and speak not to me, but to those women out there who need what you, only you, can bring for them.
Okay. I would first say stop doubting yourself. Those dreams that you're having, those visions of the life that you've always seen, it is real. You have to cross the threshold. Fear can no longer be your portion because nothing will change if you let fear ride your back. There's power in pressing through, there's power in pressing back and becoming the pressure. Your thoughts, your mindset is the fuel that you're going to need to push you through those times where you feel like it's nobody but you. But I want to correct you. You're not alone. You are not alone. I admonish you to believe in yourself. The time is now. You already know what it looks like when you're scared and you don't do anything. You know what that picture looks like. But what about the picture when you push past that fear? You cross over that threshold to see that you've gotten started and you did it. And then you look back to see, wow, this was all I had to do. I promise you, the power is in you. There is greatness within you. You need to tap into your powers. There's coaches, I'm available. If there's other coaches that you're familiar with, then we will help you and guide you to and through your next best chapters. You are a powerful force. All you need is some light to be shown on your path because a little bit of light will always shine in a dark place. And you don't necessarily have to be in darkness, but you just may be at a standstill and you feel like you're stuck and you keep hitting your head against the wall. You don't need to continue to do that. There are answers. There are resources for you. There's guides for you, and there's support. Because sometimes all you need is support. And that's what we're here to do, to help enrich your life, empower you, and elevate you to the next level. Because it ain't nothing like winning, but winning together, that. is the feel good. That's what I love to see, women winning together. Because your beginning is anywhere you start. You just got to get started and believe that you can do it and that it's worth it. Because your dreams are the most loyal thing you will ever experience. No matter how many times you put that thing down, it will come back and it will nudge you. It'll come back in your dreams. It will be in your spirit because it is a part of you. Give your dreams a chance. They're waiting for you. Your beginning is anywhere you start.
Woo! Y'all heard the sexy voice begin to come out there, right? I know you all heard it. Yeah. It's like this tone she brings out that just hypnotizes you and have you like, yes, Coach Gayl. Yes, Coach Gayl. I love it. Gail, thank you so much for sharing that. And listen, for those of you out there who wants to find out more about woman to woman, I did share the link in the comments there that you can check out and see how you can get involved with us. But I'm also sharing the link to Gail's Coach Gail's Instagram because I want you all to go over to her Instagram, follow her, like her videos, share her videos. Come on, you all are gonna just love her videos and you would see what I am talking about. Okay, I see an error code. I would share it afterwards because it's telling me I got an error, right? But
Okay.
you would see exactly what I'm talking about. But if you go on Instagram, you are going to see it's Coach underscore Gayl, Gayl Benson. You are going to see it. Go check out her videos. You are going to love them. And in case you haven't noticed, I have been sharing them repeatedly on our Facebook, on our stories because they're so
Mhm.
good. So go check them
Thank
out.
you. Thank you, Suzanne. I love it.
Coach Gail, thank you so much for joining us and just sharing and being so open and genuine today. You know, many times a lot of people don't realize that being in this field, the way to really help people is to allow yourself to be vulnerable and put yourself out
Mm-hmm.
there. And people find themselves holding back on that. But this is what it looks like to be real. This is what it looks like to be open and honest, not just with yourself, but with the people out there that you want to reach. People are attracted to honesty, they're attracted to vulnerability. They want to know that they're not alone. And that's what this is about. Our whole mission here is to show you, to share our advice, tips, stories, strategies of how we got from where we are to where we were, sorry, to where we are now. Because at the end of the day, if I can do it, if Coach Gayl can do it, you can definitely do it. So I do hope that this episode today does create an impact in your life. I hope it does benefit you. And remember, if you have any questions at all, you can reach out to me, but you can also reach out to Coach Gayl. Talk with her, find out what her programs are like. She did share that she does group coaching, and I am just going to let her have the final word before we close off because, Coach Gayl, I want to make sure that everyone is directed to where you want them to go.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Suzanne. If you would like to connect with me, you can text the word book, BOOK, to phone number 321-878-8587. Schedule a free 30-minute consultation. Let's talk and see if my programs are a good fit for you. If there's other resources, I have no problem at all pointing you in the right direction. Just because my program may not be ideal or a good fit for you, I still want to get you in the right direction. You can DM me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok also as Coach Gayl Benson. You can reach my website at www.gaylbenson, GAYLBENSON.com. I will make myself available to you, and I want to congratulate you ahead of time on all of your successes.
Coach Gayl, you called out a number just now that they can text book. What was that number?
That phone number is 321-878-8587. And if they text the word book, that will take them to my Calendly and go on and pick the dates that are available for a 30-minute consultation.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. I made sure and I added it there. And don't worry, guys, in case you missed any of that, all her information is going to be added to the description. So you can just go click it and you're going to get everything that you need. And remember, woman to woman conversations, you can listen to it on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, pretty much any major podcast platforms. But now you can also download the Woman to Woman app. It's available in the App Store and Google Play. Go download our app so that you can have it in the palm of your hand and be able to tune in anytime. Plus, it is the bestest, if that's a word. It
It
is
is
the
tonight.
best way to keep up to date with everything that we are doing at the Woman to Woman Network. So go download the Woman to Woman app in the App Store and Google Play. I am Susan Peters, host of the Woman to Woman Conversations podcast, signing out for this evening with my lovely guest, Gayl Benson. Bye, guys. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Until next time.
Thank you.